Morning gang, back from Oz. Had a fantastic time. The lad who was looking after everything did a grand job for me. Did my filter cleans yesterday. Haven't been fed for 2 weeks, so did a big filter clean yesterday and came down this morning. And my breeding experiment was nearly over before it began, because this soft beggar, it jumped out over there. I think when I topped it up I put a bit too much water in it. I'm about a square higher than I normally am up the side of there. He's not looking the best. I think he's been out a good while, but his mouth opened and he's having a go. So I'm just holding him in the air and hopefully he'll get himself going. Welcome back. Oh, battered and bruised, but swimming around. I thought he was done for. So, there you go. Now that's only happened to me twice. I've had a fish jump and I found it and I've held it back in under the oxygen and they've come round. The other one survived and is fighting fit. It's a Shiro that's in the other pond. And this is the second one. He's already starting to look better. So if you do get a jumper, don't lose all hope. Get it back in, hold it in the air. They do come round. They are quite tough when it comes to that. You just got to keep an eye on them afterwards. So I'm going to go and get some treatment to put in there, just as a precaution. I use the Aquafin stuff. Sorry, I'm just boiling this filter again, so I'm just keeping my eye on it for filling up, because we don't want to overflow it. But I'll show you that anyway when I go and get it, and I'll put some in there. But it's pretty good, just for calming them down. It does kill parasites. It's not as good as the stuff that you'd, the FMG, etc, 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 obviously, but it does it does work. It does work. I've used it before. So anyway, I'll stop waffling. I'll go and get that, and fingers crossed it'll be alright. Alright gang, so Operation Fryhouse. Got my mate Isaac helping me out. This is a Bilio 1200 greenhouse, and they come with no instructions, and I can't find any instructions online anyway, either rather. We've got 2 of them, so we're practicing with this one. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll get back to you when we've tried to work out how it all goes together. Should be fairly straightforward. Catch you in a bit. Right then, so we've got the basic structure up. They're an absolute nightmare. They're not engineered, but you couldn't buy the wood for what we paid for the shed. So I've got to get some bricks underneath it to lift it, because I've already banged my head on there, as Isaac's demonstrating. So the basic structure's together. Now we're going to have to, we found some instructions actually from Argos, believe it or not. So we're going to carry on, get the trusses in, and see how we go. Catch you in a bit. Right folks, this isn't going according to plan. If you buy one of these Bilio sheds, right, we got it for 700 quid, which I thought wasn't bad. It's got polycarbonate windows and stuff like that, openers, etc, etc. However, the instructions are next to useless. Nothing fits properly. The thing's put together by a blind man with 2 fingers. You've got a gap here where the purlins are meant to go in. This is the purlin I've got in my hand. It can't go any further up than that, because otherwise it wouldn't fit. So yeah, we're having a nightmare basically. There's gaps everywhere. So I mean, don't get me wrong, it was 700 quid. The wood is probably 700 quid worth of wood, so I'm not losing sleep over it, other than the fact it's a pissing nightmare. Pardon the French. So we're going to crack on. We will get it up and we will get it made, but just be aware if you're going to buy one. Oh, and you've got to get a base for it as well, which it doesn't tell you. So I'm using 4x4 or 100mm by 100mm fencing posts. I'm going to have to get some more because I haven't got enough, but basically that has to go across the bottom so it sits on it. I might do the other one. When I do that, I might put 100mm breeze block, put a base in nice and level, and then sit it on that, because the tongue and groove drops about 5mm lower on the outside, so it just sits in there nicely around it. But yeah, absolute bloody nightmare. Don't know when this video will come out. Maybe when I finished it, maybe not. So all's good, folks. Up and feeding. Sunday today now, so it's the day after. So we're leaving the tipsy side to make a bit of freedom. But yeah. So what else is happening? Right, the little ones have had a clean up. They're doing well. Everything else is doing okay. Oh, hang on. Best turn that. These ones in here are doing okay. All hiding under the plants. There you go. Superb. All good. Got some windows in, so that's a bonus. Just need to get some 4x4 posts to sit it on top of. The other one's going to go on breeze block. I've got to get the openers in and the sides. And these are all doing grand in here. Hello. So yeah, all good. Always hungry, constantly hungry at the moment. Well, they've had some food for today. They're not getting any more. So, all good. All just good. About to go on a little road trip. Gonna go and see Danny Welsh. Danny's Coin Aquatics, all being well. Hopefully be out the door in the next 15-20 minutes. God, it's glorious sunshine today. So yeah, we'll get that boxed off. Get up there, hopefully do a bit of filming up there. The good lady's coming with me. So these are nice, coming into flower now. The bees are enjoying them. So yeah, we shall catch up with you guys shortly. Now I've had a little bit more sleep, I'm feeling a bit more winny. Now then, gang. Oh, I don't know where that weekend went, but dazed and confused still. Oh, the sun's still a bit nice there. So we went over to Danny's, Danny Welsh's, but my battery died, and he had a couple of people there as well, a couple of other customers there as well, so I didn't get the camera out. But if you've not been on Danny's channel, get yourself onto Danny's channel. Danny's Coin Aquatics. I'm sure that's what it's called. I'm having a brain fart. I've hit the wall again with this jet lag and crap. Anyway, it's all good. It's all worth it. So anyway, that's better. I'm not blurry now. Start again. So yeah, managed to get some of the panels in the greenhouse. It's still got to be lifted up, but it's getting there. I've got to get some, as you can see, the gap up there. It just seemed impossible to close it up. It must be something I'm doing, but anyway, I'm going to get some. You can get the plastic rig stuff that goes over the top, but it's all in line down there, and the same down here. And I've measured the gap from there to there. So that's all good, and it meets in the middle there, and it meets at the end, but it just opens up all the way down. So it is what it is, but we can sort that. But that's not looking too bad now. Gonna build a sleeper pond in there, which should be 6x6, something like that. Well, certainly not far off. It's not quite 6 foot across the inside of it, but we'll put a sleeper pond in, and it'll come to the halfway point, which is here. So if we get some dry weather, I'll carry on. Doors are over there, yellow tub over there for the Daphnia to grow in. These are doing grand, absolutely smashing, so that's all good. The mad
hound. That's the other greenhouse. I'll come to the middle pond in a minute. Very good. Had a bit of a water change. I haven't got a UV on there, so it doesn't go green. Size, they're putting on Vince. That Dutch Surrogate there is massive by comparison to what it was when it went in. These guys in here are all doing well now after the ordeal yesterday. All present and correct. As you can see, there you go, 3 of them. So that's good. Come on, Win. Come on. Good girl. You can tell I'm tired, don't you, camera antics. So, I've had a few fish up there with Danny. Look at that. That colour she got his ace. And I've got a few fish with my boys Koi Danny as well. But as you can see, you might not be able to see. Oh, there you go. There you go, Phil. Scrag. That's Phil itself a Koi. That's Scrag 68. The Goshki made it home. And I was that impressed with the Goshkis. I got another little one as well that Danny had up in there. It's a slightly more finished. It's a bit finished, but the Benny is stunning on it, so we'll see how it goes. It's a bit darker than I'd like at that size, but there you go. And we've also got in there a Surrogate, Ginring shag, and a nice dark shag as well. All about the sort of 17 to 19 cm mark, apart from the Goshki, which is about 24, something like that, 24, 25. So these have been floating in here for about 20 minutes, so they've come out of a very similar temperature pond. So we should get those out the bag, get them in and see how they go. Snap back to you in a second. Okay folks, well it's actually Wednesday now. I thought I'd better put an end to this video. My lunatic dog attacking the drip. She goes nuts for the hose pipe and nuts for that. Yeah, so also needed to thank Scrag, Ate the Koi Keeper, and Phil itself a Koi for the measure. That's great. It was in the box with the pump that I bought off Vince many months ago. It's done a tour of the world, but I eventually managed to pick it up from Danny's at the weekend, so that was all good. Didn't manage to do too much video into these guys in here, but they're all doing splendidly. So I will crack on with this, and I'll get back to you sometime over the weekend when we've got that completed. Now I know what I'm doing with it, and I'm not too jet lagged. So take it easy folks, catch you soon.